Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel and thanks for checking out my first video. My name is Ryan. Just a little bit of background info about me before we get started. I'm in my 30s, born in the 80s. I'm married. I've got one kid and I've got another on the way. I've got a dog on the couch here with me, so full house here. I work a normal job. I'm a pretty average dude, and I just like to read comics for fun. Kind of got back into them here recently. Read my first comics in the 80s, of course, when I was a kid, and that kind of went into the 90s. But just want to give you an idea. I'm not a comics book pro. I'm not a nerd in the sense. I'm a nerd. I'm not a super nerd. I don't know everything about these things. And I think that'll come through in this. But I want to just, give people insight from an average guy who's just reading these things to have fun. He's got to be careful with his budget, so I can't review everything. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm sure you'll learn more as I keep making these. And anyway, let's take a look. So this came out here recently, maybe a week or two ago. It's Dick Tracy, Dead or Alive, and I thought it was kind of fitting as a first pick to go through here, just because when I was a kid, when I went to kindergarten, my first lunchbox was Dick Tracy. It was one of the hard plastic ones with the thermos inside, and took it to school every day with me. And I had the toys. I think I had the flat top toy, and I know I had the Dick Tracy toy. I need to find one. Maybe I can find one on eBay. I do that every once in a while. I'll jump on and find some of my old toys. Prune Face, I think. But there's a ton of history with Dick Tracy from the 30s or 40s with the comic strip. So there's a lot of history here. Never read any of the comics or any of the strips. So when this was coming out, I saw it and thought this would be really cool to throw in my collection. I love the cover. This is cover A. There is a cover B, but honestly, I didn't like it, and I wanted the iconic yellow trench coat. But and the first smartwatch, right? Everybody talks about smartwatches and Dick Tracy. But anyway, here's our credits. Not super familiar with these folks, but looks like we've got a bit of a family affair here, which is really cool. And straight away, here we are. This is it's a software mogul. The guy's rich. He's on the run because Dick Tracy is after him. G. Jepson Peepers. You can kind of read through that. You can actually read the whole article. But he's on the run. Tracy's after him. He's got the warrant, and Tracy busts in on him as he's trying to escape. Now, I love this panel here. A word of advice, Peepers, in case you're thinking of putting up a fight. I don't throw the first punch, but I throw the last. I don't shoot first, but I shoot to kill. Yeah, reading through this, Dick Tracy he's serious. He's a serious dude about what he's doing. But doing his job gets him in some hot water with the boss. He has to go explain himself, and they're not too happy about him bringing down old Peepers, and go through the conversation here, and Tracy ends up handing over his badge. A lot of corruption, I guess. A lot of corruption. This next page I really like. I like this guy. They're sitting here drinking. He's talking to Tracy, telling him he's got to keep his nose clean if he wants to keep his job. And Tracy's telling him, hey, I'm a working stiff doing his job, that's all. You do a job, you do it right. No excuses. You do it for all the marbles. They keep talking, and he's waiting on the phone to ring. So then we get sent over to in the American Midwest, the city by the lakes. This is Chicago, I guess. And you've got Big Boy meeting with the mayor, the city attorney, the police commissioner. So you really get to see the corruption here. And they go through some conversation. They've got a plan. You got some explosions. I'm not going to go through all this. I don't think I can anyway, but just want to give you an idea. Now, I didn't mention this, but when I opened up this thing at the shop and was thumbing through, I was kind of disappointed because this is not the typical art style that I'm into. You know, again, reading comics in the 90s, I was into the Jim Lees and the X-Men and that sort of thing. So that's what I tend to gravitate towards. But honestly, this is really cool. I like the colors. I just like the style of it. It seems to work really well once you get into it. So you got your explosions, you've got your kind of your corruption going on. You know, you're gonna get some action with the shootout. You're gonna get some scenes at the prison. But all in all, it leaves you kind of wondering what's going on a little bit. It seems that we don't know the extent that Big Boys kind of planned all this through, but anyway, I'm gonna keep going here. Just wanted to give you a quick glimpse at this. But once you get to the end, you get, you know, next month, Dick Tracy. I love the cover, lots of action. Something I thought was neat though, just to kind of wrap this up. Here at the end, you get Dick Tracy, you get the strip overview. So you're gonna get the history about the original strip, the premise for what these guys are doing, or what they were doing when they started the original strip. And then just kind of walking through the creative team. But what I really liked was you get a glimpse at the script. So I had no idea the format, the style that comic book strips were written in until I saw this, to be honest. And I thought it was really interesting. It's kind of like reading a screenplay, I guess, but it's broken down by page, and then it tells you how many panels. So on page 2 there's 6 panels. I'm going to go through and number the panels, and then you've got your dialogue in here. You've got, you know, setting the stage for everything. And then when you turn the page, this actually kind of inspired me, to be honest, to write a script. I like to write, and I think that this is something I could possibly tackle. I don't know if any of you guys out there write comics or draw comics, but this is really interesting. So you turn the page and you get the penciling. So based off of that script, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels, all the pencils. Then you get to see the ink, and then this is where I really love the coloring. Actually, I think the color really makes all this pop really nicely. Adding the color to those same pages. So yeah, you get to see one page of comics from script all the way through to coloring. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with this. Kind of nostalgic. They did a good job of bringing it up to speed. You know, the guy's a software mogul, so I guess the idea is that it's this style, the old Dick Tracy style, but with the time period being a little more current. But yeah, super fun. Excited about the next one. And I thought it was a good way to kick things off. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing some more of these. I know I've only got one video at this point, but if you want to subscribe or like, just knowing you guys are out there and listening, I'll keep doing these things. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.